One of the most important steps you can take before naming your next big offer, product, or service is to conduct a trademark clearance search. Hi, I'm Casey, entertainment lawyer for Black creatives and entrepreneurs. And in this video, I'm going to share the 4 steps you should follow to conduct a trademark clearance search. Before I dive into step 1, I think it's important to understand what a trademark clearance search is. This is simply the research that you conduct to make sure that there are no issues with the name that you're hoping to use. Without conducting a trademark clearance search, you risk infringing on someone else's trademark or filing a registration to a name that's too similar to the name that you want to use. Both situations will cause you to lose money and time. For instance, the trademark application fees are non-refundable. You may find yourself having to submit or defend in opposition if you do file a mark that's too similar or the same as one that already exists. Or you could find yourself having to spend time, money, and energy defending an actual trademark infringement claim. So a trademark clearance search is an extremely important process to make sure that you aren't infringing on people's rights and that the mark you want to use is something that can actually be trademarked. Doing this search helps you to avoid these costly mistakes. So step 1 in the process is to make sure you decide which goods and services you want to actually use the name for. When you register a trademark under a name, it doesn't give you a monopoly to use the name however you want. Instead, it is used to sell certain goods and products, because the purpose of a trademark is to serve as a brand identifier for customers. So when they see certain goods and services and they see that brand name, they automatically associate those goods and services with that brand. So it's extremely important that in this first step, you're very clear on the goods and services that you're going to be selling under this name so that you know what issues may be out there for existing registered trademarks or other similar names that you see. Because again, it doesn't give you a monopoly. So if you come across a name that's similar to yours or even the exact same as yours, if that particular brand is selling a completely different good and service, then it may not actually be an issue for your trademark. Some common examples of this would be Dove Chocolate and Dove Cosmetics, or Delta Airlines and Delta Faucet. So you see that these names are really exact in those situations, and there are no issues. They can exist in the marketplace because they sell completely different goods and services. So it doesn't lead consumers to be confused about which brand is associated with which good and service. So step 2 is to make sure that you actually search the United States Patent and Trademark Office's database. So this is the official database that lets you know what trademarks have been registered through the office. This will allow you to see if there is someone using the trademark under the same name or something very similar. Now, it's really important in this step that you make sure you are searching different variations of the name, because again, even if someone doesn't have the exact name, if it is too similar and they're selling the same types of goods and services that you're planning to sell, then that's going to be an issue and you won't be able to register that name. So make sure you search for abbreviations and different variations of the name when you are searching the USPTO's database. Step 3 is to search Google, search online just generally, because just because someone hasn't federally registered their trademark doesn't mean that they may not have rights that are superior to yours. So a common example of this may be someone who is using a trademark, using a name under the same goods and services, and they've been using that name for a long time in their business. So maybe they haven't federally registered that trademark, but legally they still have rights that are superior to yours. So it's extremely important to make sure you're searching Google, you're searching social media and domain names, and to also check with different states as well. Sometimes businesses make the choice to file their trademark with their state that they primarily do business, as opposed to a federal registration. So it's also important to check those different state databases to make sure, again, that you're not infringing on someone else's rights and that you're not spending your time and money filing for a trademark under a name that you won't be able to ultimately register. And the fourth and final step is to make sure that if you're still not sure about your chances of registration, is to contact a lawyer. A lawyer can do a legal analysis for you, which will ultimately save you quite a bit of time and money. And this also gives you that peace of mind to clearly know before filing your trademark whether or not you'll likely be able to register that mark. So these are the 4 steps you should follow in conducting a trademark clearance search. If you found this video to be helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can receive notifications of when I release new videos and new content.